Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something really special that just dropped from Aston Martin, and honestly, I'm pretty excited about this one. The 2026 Aston Martin DB12 S has just been revealed, and let me tell you, this thing is an absolute monster wrapped in one of the most beautiful packages you'll ever see on the road. So let's jump right into it. The DB12 first came out as what Aston Martin called a super tourer, basically their way of saying it's more than just a grand tourer. It's something that can really perform. Well, now they've taken it a step further with this S model, and they added that performance badge that you've seen on the DBXS and the Vantage S. And trust me, this isn't just a badge job. They've actually made some serious improvements here. Under that gorgeous hood, you've still got that 4-liter twin-turbo V8, the same one that comes from AMG, but now it's pumping out 690 horsepower. That's about 20 more horses than the standard DB12. The torque stays at 590 pound-feet, which is still plenty to pin you back in your seat, and it's available from 3,000 all the way up to 6,000 RPM. 0 to 60 happens in just 3.4 seconds, which is a tenth quicker than before, and if you keep your foot planted, this thing will hit 202 miles per hour. I mean, come on, that's properly fast. But what really gets me excited is that Aston Martin didn't just turn up the power and call it a day. They completely reworked the exhaust system. The standard setup is a new stainless steel system that makes the car sound better across the entire rev range. And if you really want to make a statement, there's an optional titanium exhaust that actually increases the volume by 1.5 decibels while shaving off 26 pounds. And you know what that means: better sound, better performance, and those quad tailpipes look absolutely wicked. Now let's talk about how this thing handles, because this is where Aston Martin really sweated the details. They've gone through the chassis with a fine-tooth comb. There's a stiffer rear anti-roll bar. They've tweaked the damper software to control pitch and roll better. And they've adjusted the toe and caster settings. What does all that mean for you and me? Well, according to Aston, the car feels more agile, more precise, and more connected to the driver. They've also updated the electronic rear differential so you can get on the throttle earlier coming out of corners without losing the back end. And here's the kicker: they've cut the shift times by more than 50%. That's a massive improvement, and you're going to feel that when you're really pushing it. The brakes have gotten a serious upgrade too. Carbon ceramic brakes are now standard on the S model. We're talking 16-inch rotors up front and 14-inch in the rear. And not only do they give you better stopping power with more consistent pedal feel, but they also shed nearly 60 pounds of unsprung weight. That's huge for handling, ride quality, and just overall responsiveness. The DB12 S is still unmistakably an Aston Martin, and that is a good thing because the DB12 is already one of the best-looking cars on the road. But they've given it some subtle tweaks to set it apart. Up front, there's a new splitter that's actually functional. It's generating downforce and reducing lift. The hood vents have been replaced with gloss black louvers, or you can get them in carbon fiber if you want that extra race car vibe. On the sides, you've got new sill extensions with gloss black trim, and there are red S badges on the fenders, so everyone knows this isn't just a regular DB12. Around back, there's a new fixed rear spoiler and a completely redesigned diffuser that works with that spoiler to further reduce rear end lift. And of course, those quad exhaust tips really complete the look. Inside, Aston Martin has given you 3 different trim options to choose from. There's the Accelerate package with leather and Alcantara, and then 2 Inspire S packages, one with semi-aniline leather and Alcantara, and one with full semi-aniline leather. The Inspire packages get this really cool herringbone quilting with micro perforations, and you can get an Alcantara headliner too. All of them feature embossed and debossed Aston Martin logos on the headrest, which is a nice touch. You can also spec a heated Alcantara steering wheel if you want. It's all about making the interior feel special and bespoke, and Aston does that better than almost anyone. Here's the big question: what's this going to cost you? Well, Aston Martin hasn't officially announced pricing yet, but we can make some educated guesses. The standard DB12 coupe starts at just over $250,000. And if we look at how they priced the Vantage S compared to the regular Vantage, that was about a $40,000 jump. So we're probably looking at somewhere around $275 to maybe $300,000 for the DB12 S coupe. And the Volante convertible will likely be another 20 grand or so on top of that. Yeah, it's expensive, but when you're talking about this level of craftsmanship, performance, and exclusivity, that's kind of what you expect. Orders are already open, and deliveries are set to start in early 2026. So if you've got the means and you've been waiting for the ultimate version of the DB12, this is it. The DB12 S sits at the very top of Aston Martin's V8 lineup, and it's going head-to-head with cars like the Ferrari Roma and the Bentley Continental GT Speed. It's not quite as quick to 60 as those two, but honestly, the DB12 S offers something different. It's got that British elegance, that handcrafted interior, and a driving experience that's more about connection and feel than just raw numbers. So that's the 2026 Aston Martin DB12S. Nearly 700 horsepower, carbon ceramic brakes, a screaming exhaust, sharper handling, and looks that will stop traffic. It's everything that made the DB12 great, but turned up a few notches. If you're as excited about this as I am, let me know in the comments. Would you take the DB12 S over its competition? And hey, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more car content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.